Nestled amidst the soaring peaks of the Caucasus Mountains, Nagorno-Karabakh was a land steeped in history and ancient beauty. For centuries, this small enclave was a melting pot of cultures. Armenians, Azerbaijanis, and other ethnic groups lived side by side. The region was renowned for its lush valleys, ancient monasteries, and vibrant artistic traditions. But beneath the veneer of peaceful coexistence, tensions simmered. Nagorno-Karabakh's complex history, marked by shifting borders and competing claims, held the seeds of future conflict. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 ignited these tensions into a full-blown war, forever changing the fate of Nagorno-Karabakh and its people. The majority Armenian population of Nagorno-Karabakh yearned for self-determination. They looked to Armenia, their cultural and ethnic kin, for support. Azerbaijan, however, considered Nagorno-Karabakh an integral part of its territory. The stage was set for a bitter and protracted struggle. The ensuing war, lasting from 1991 to 1994, claimed tens of thousands of lives and displaced countless others. A ceasefire agreement froze the conflict, leaving Nagorno-Karabakh a de facto independent republic. The ceasefire brought an uneasy peace to Nagorno-Karabakh. The region existed in a state of suspended animation, its fate hanging in the balance. Sporadic outbreaks of violence served as grim reminders of the unresolved conflict. International mediators tried to broker a lasting settlement, but to no avail. The fundamental issues of sovereignty and self-determination remained intractable. Meanwhile, the people of Nagorno-Karabakh struggled to rebuild their lives. They created their own government, army, and institutions, determined to preserve their autonomy. But the shadow of conflict loomed large. The threat of renewed war hung over the region like a dark cloud. Azerbaijan, buoyed by its oil wealth and military support from Turkey, vowed to reclaim what it considered its rightful territory. Armenia, for its part, pledged to defend the right of self-determination for the people of Nagorno-Karabakh. The international community, preoccupied with other crises, paid scant attention to the simmering conflict in the Caucasus. This indifference would have tragic consequences. In the autumn of 2023, the fragile peace was shattered. Azerbaijan, emboldened by its growing military might, launched a surprise offensive into Nagorno-Karabakh. The attack, swift and brutal, caught the Armenian side off guard. Armed with advanced weaponry, including Turkish-made drones, Azerbaijani forces made rapid gains. The mountainous terrain, once a natural defense for the Armenians, proved no match for the technological superiority of the Azerbaijani military. The world watched in stunned silence as a nation vanished from the map in a matter of days. On January 1, 2024, the unthinkable happened. The government of Nagorno-Karabakh, facing overwhelming military pressure, announced its dissolution. The speed and finality of the collapse sent shockwaves through the region and beyond. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the devastating human cost of unresolved conflict. The Azerbaijani offensive unleashed a humanitarian catastrophe. Tens of thousands of ethnic Armenians fled their homes, seeking refuge in neighboring Armenia. The exodus was chaotic and heart-wrenching. Families were separated, their lives upended. They carried with them only what they could carry, leaving behind homes, businesses, and a lifetime of memories. The roads leading out of Nagorno-Karabakh were choked with refugees, their faces etched with fear and uncertainty. The international community, slow to react to the initial offensive, aid agencies struggled to cope with the influx of refugees. Seemingly powerless to alleviate the suffering, the plight of the refugees from Nagorno-Karabakh became a stark reminder of the human cost of geopolitical gamesmanship. Section 5. Echoes of the Past Vanished Nations. The disappearance of Nagorno-Karabakh from the world map evoked memories of other vanished nations throughout history. Yugoslavia, East Germany, Czechoslovakia. These once familiar names now resided only in history books. Each disappearance was a tragedy, a testament to the human capacity for division and violence. The international community, often paralyzed by internal divisions or a lack of political will, stood by as these nations were erased. The case of Nagorno-Karabakh, however, felt different. In an era of instant communication and global interconnectedness, the world witnessed the unfolding tragedy in real time. Yet, the response was muted, almost indifferent. It was as if the world had grown weary of conflict, choosing instead to avert its gaze from the suffering. The world's silence, a deafening response. The international community's response to the Nagorno-Karabakh crisis was a study in inaction. The United Nations, ostensibly the guarantor of international peace and security, issued toothless resolutions and condemnations. The major powers, preoccupied with their own strategic interests, offered little more than rhetorical support. Initially captivated by the drama of a nation vanishing overnight, soon moved on to the next crisis. The silence was deafening. It spoke volumes about the state of global governance and the declining value placed on human rights and self-determination. The people of Nagorno-Karabakh, abandoned by the international community, were left to face their fate alone. Their plight served as a stark reminder of the limitations of international law and the hollowness of diplomatic pronouncements. Section 7. Shifting Sands. Implications for other regions. The disappearance of Nagorno-Karabakh sent shockwaves through other disputed regions around the world. From the frozen conflict zones of Transnistria and northern Cyprus to the volatile Caucasus and beyond, the message was clear. Military force could be used to redraw borders and settle long-standing disputes. The international community's muted response only emboldened those who sought to resolve conflicts through violence rather than dialogue. The implications for the future of international order were profound. The principle of territorial integrity, enshrined in the UN Charter, seemed increasingly fragile. The rule of law, already under strain, was further eroded. The world was entering a new era, one characterized by uncertainty, instability, and the potential for conflict. Section 8. The Future Uncertain. Nagorno-Karabakh's Legacy. In the aftermath of the 2023 war, the future of Nagorno-Karabakh remained uncertain. The region was now fully integrated into Azerbaijan, its Armenian population scattered and dispossessed. The international community, having failed to prevent the conflict or mitigate its consequences, now faced the daunting task of rebuilding. The legacy of Nagorno-Karabakh was likely to be one of tragedy and missed opportunities. It served as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unresolved conflict, the fragility of peace, and the human cost of indifference. The international community, if it learned anything from the Nagorno-Karabakh tragedy, needed to act decisively to prevent similar tragedies from unfolding in other parts of the world. Section 9. A Call to Action. Remembering the Forgotten. The disappearance of Nagorno-Karabakh from the world map should serve as a wake-up call. It is a stark reminder that the forces of nationalism, territorial ambition, and the pursuit of power remain potent threats to peace and stability. The international community cannot afford to remain silent or indifferent in the face of such challenges. The principles of self-determination, human rights, and the peaceful resolution of disputes must be upheld, not just in word, but in deed. We must remember the forgotten people of Nagorno-Karabakh, those who lost their homes, their livelihoods, and their loved ones. Their plight should inspire us to work tirelessly for a more just and peaceful world, one where the tragedy of Nagorno-Karabakh is never repeated. The time for complacency is over. The time for action is now. If you want more insightful content like this, please subscribe to News Torrent 2.0.